Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Fandom United. My name is Gio. Happy Friday, all of you. We made it. The weekend is here. This is Daily News Recap for July 23rd. An exciting rumor I got to talk to you guys about regarding Star Wars. A huge update in the world of DC and particularly Superman. And another update on a possible District 9 sequel. So, all that and more. Full disclosure, before we begin, guys, I am under the weather. I have not been feeling well all day. In fact, this video is coming up later than I usually do. I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm doing it anyway because there are some topics that I really want to discuss. So give me a thumbs up for my effort, and let's get started. Without further ado, we have an update on Michael B. Jordan and the Superman character. This comes from Collider, an exclusive, and they're saying Michael B. Jordan is in fact developing his own Black Superman project for HBO Max. Now, I want to put emphasis on HBO Max. That is separate from what J.J. Abrams and Ta-Nehisi Coates are trying to do at Warner Brothers on the big screen with their version of Superman. We'll get to that. But here are some details on the series. It is being written as a limited series that Michael B. Jordan will produce and possibly star in. As previously reported, J.J. Abrams and his company, Bad Robot, are set to produce a Black Superman movie for Warner Brothers that is expected to follow the Kal-El Clark Kent version of the character. Author and cultural critic Ta-Nehisi Coates is already hard at work on the script for that project. And beneath is a paragraph, a quote I took from Jamie Broadnax of Black Girl Nerds, who wrote an editorial on Michael B. Jordan that further explains his intentions. And she is saying Jordan has not wanted to engage in conversations about race bending Kal-El for the same reasons many of the fans are pushing back on the current Warner Brothers reimagined version of Clark Kent, but that he would be interested in engaging on a Black Superman project centering on the Val-Zod storyline. Boom. In a nutshell, in one paragraph, she nailed it. She nailed all of our concerns regarding Warner Brothers and them race bending a character like Clark Kent. If you're going to do a Black Superman, I've said this before, there are other versions you can do. Michael B. Jordan gets it. He's given us Val-Zod. There's also Calvin Ellis. There's also John Henry Irons. And then if you really wanted to go out there, I talked about this a couple days ago on a video, you could go Icon. Icon is pretty much a Black version of Superman. Pretty much, right? But this is more of what we are asking for. This is more like it. I'm seeing it on Twitter. We're more confident about this project right here. It just sounds more right. It sounds like it's not being forced. Here's Michael B. Jordan. He using his star power to get behind a project like he did the Rocky franchise with Creed. That was brilliant. That was a brilliant move for Michael B. Jordan and, of course, director Ryan Coogler on that. Now he's doing the same thing with Superman. He's taken his talent, he's taken his name, his likeness, his star power, and he's putting it behind a Superman project, one that feels right. This is great news. I am excited for this. I hope Michael B. Jordan stars as Val-Zod. That would be incredible. Earth 2's Superman. Man, you guys let me know your thoughts on this news. What do you think? I'm curious, especially if you're for the J.J. Abrams, Ta-Nehisi Coates, Black Clark Kent, or does this one sound better? Let me know your thoughts down below. Now, sticking with DC, I have a story, a news bit, an interview that I want to share with you. This is from BD over at Comic Book. He got Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Lauren Cohen from The Walking Dead and, of course, Batman v Superman, both in the same interview, and got them to talk about the possibility of them reprising their roles in the DCEU as Martha Wayne and Thomas Wayne. Let's hear them and we'll talk about it afterwards.
I know I've asked you a million times if you're going to play Thomas Wayne ever again, and I still want to see that, but I've never asked Lauren about the Joker version.
I would love let it be said and known and documented here.
We have discussed it. Lauren and I have talked about that for years. I think her playing, I'd love to see her version of the Joker. Come on.
Oh, it would be so. Listen, multiverse. One of these days, you never know if they ever give Zack a chance.
It's true. You really never know with DC in particular. But everything is so kind of complicated within the Snyderverse of it all.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. But Lauren and I have made it clear, and we're doing it again now.
Look, I'm gonna say it again, and some of you are probably tired of hearing me say it. Never say never, okay? Just because Zack Snyder has his first look deal, which I am so happy for him. Again, let me restate that. I'm so happy for him and Deborah Snyder. They found a studio that loves them. And it'll be great to see what they do. But this is part of the Snyderverse right here. This is what we would want to see. And while Zack Snyder wouldn't have the opportunity to make a Flashpoint movie because, Warner Bros. Is already doing that, it seems. They haven't really confirmed that. But, I mean, come on now. Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck both playing Batman in the same movie. That's what they're going for. I guarantee you, if they called Zack Snyder and said, hey, we want to finish your story because Zack Snyder's Justice League was so awesome, we'll give you Justice League Part 2 and 3 as either a movie or a series on HBO Max. Combined budget of $250-300 million, around the same as The Mandalorian. Okay, I'm talking about both seasons combined. Zack Snyder would find a way to recraft the story because he'll only have so much resources to work with. Find a way for Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Lauren Cohen, a flashback sequence, even if it's like half an episode of that, it's still something. I hope that this casting is not wasted. This is perfect right here. I mean, the guy, Jeffrey Dean Morgan from The Walking Dead, of course, he played the comedian and Watchmen. His version of a Thomas Wayne Batman, and seeing Lauren Cohen and what she could do as Martha Wayne Joker, the two of them losing their son, Bruce Wayne, in an alternate universe. How awesome would that see, especially with the idea of the intention of the multiverse happening in both DC and Marvel? This will not confuse audiences, okay? Take a chance. Your audience is smarter than you give them credit for. I'm speaking to both Marvel and to Warner Brothers. I want to see this. You guys let me know your thoughts. Do you want to see this happen? I'm glad they're both still down to do it 5 years later since BVS came out. I mean, they acknowledge that, this everything's up in the air right now, but anything is possible. Anything can happen. Again, this is proof that anything can happen. So cross our fingers and let's wait and see. So let's go to Star Wars. Now we have a juicy rumor. This, more than anything I've ever talked about in months, take this with a grain of salt. I think it's true, but the source, this comes from LRM Online, a source I haven't heard before, but I have heard about this rumor. They're saying that Star Wars will bring to their live action projects Ezra Bridger and Grand Admiral Thrawn. And furthermore, they have casted those roles. Playing Ezra Bridger is, oh man, I don't want to pronounce his name wrong. Let me try. Mena Massoud from Aladdin, and playing Grand Admiral Thrawn, actor Lars Mikkelsen. I think those are two excellent castings, if true. Again, take it with a grain of salt. Mena from Aladdin, sadly, he has not gotten many opportunities. Nobody has really called him for any roles. I thought he did a good job with Aladdin. I really did. That movie impressed me. It was better than I thought it would have been, especially when you consider it was Guy Ritchie directing it, who has been hit or miss over the past decade. But these two castings right here, if true, I'd be down. I've read the Twitter, the chat boards. People would love to see this happen. So they're saying LRM. They're saying it's true. Just wait and see. We got on it early. I'm going to wait and see. What is coming up as far as Disney Plus? Ahsoka starring, oh my God, what's her name? What's her name? Rosario Dawson. Excuse me. Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka, who was fantastic. And it's a possibility these two could show up in Ahsoka. It's a possibility. You guys let me know your thoughts. I think this is a great casting. But again, take it with a grain of salt. We'll see what happens. Lastly, let's get to an update on Neill Blomkamp's District 9 sequel. It's been a decade, over a decade. Yeah, 11 years since District 9. Neill Blomkamp's career hasn't been exactly to that level ever since. I liked Elysium. Chappie, I wasn't a fan. But here's what Neill Blomkamp had to say about District 9. He says, that script continues to be written. It's looking good. It took a decade to figure out, to come up with a reason why to make that film as opposed to just make a sequel. Later, the report also mentions there was a topic in American history that the second I realized that fit into the world of District 9, it felt like an awesome way to do a sequel. So yeah, it continues to be developed and it's getting a lot closer. Now, I don't know exactly. I mean, I'm sure the studios would be interested on a sequel to District 9, but I don't know. I feel like there would have to be a lot of studio giving notes and whatnot. Again, because Neill Blomkamp, his movies haven't exactly done very well. I might be a fan of Elysium, but it divided critics. Let me know how you felt. And Chappie, that movie lost me. I was not a fan of it. I was interested in Neill Blomkamp's Aliens movie. I remember seeing a concept art of his where he was going to go with the Aliens universe, the next story with Ripley. And unfortunately, that never went anywhere because of Ridley Scott. It's interesting. If The Martian wasn't such a big hit in 2015, maybe we could have gotten Neill Blomkamp's Aliens movie. But I think because The Martian was a hit, it gave Ridley Scott more power to do his next project, which was Aliens Covenant, I believe. So, hey, do you guys want to see a Neill Blomkamp District 9 sequel? Let me know your thoughts down below. That's going to do it for me. This is a short video for Daily News Recap, July 23rd. Thank you guys so much again for all your support, for your time, for your subscriptions. I'm going to go get some rest. Hopefully, I think I'm going to cover Sunday's Comic-Con at home, especially for Army of Thieves. So expect that this Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Until then, sweet dreams. I'm going to get some shut-eye. I'll see you guys later.